Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. So let's touch on this topic of when things resonate. A lot of fear out there for the divine masculines at the moment, especially to do with media. Stories being reflected to kind of maybe show their behaviour as well. Have they been part of this? Do they resonate with the story? Lots is coming out, seriously. You're best to be. I feel like I'm just in the centre. I'm just watching it all go on. Stay away from the media. It might trigger you. Well, it will all come out at some point. Okay, let's have a look at the power of love. I'm not sure what cards or what message you want me to bring forward. But I can feel the fear. I can't taste it. I can actually feel it. It's not fear, it's a concern. Can't escape it, can you? This is when the signs and synchronizations will really get to you. Every story is telling your story, or it's going to get to your conscience. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Let's have a look at what the power of love wants to say. Empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Empathy. You're empathic. So, resonating with certain stories. It's like you go through the emotion that you feel if you were in that situation. Empathy. You are able to learn so much when your actions originate from a place of love, and the souls in your immediate sphere are your greatest teachers. Being able to sense how others feel and see through their eyes is a gift. When you open yourself up emotionally and become part of another person's reality and make it your own, the boundaries between the two of you seem to fade. You begin to realise that you truly are of the same energy and that the state of separation is purely an illusion. The golden rule of treat others as you would like to be treated is a mantra you should embrace. Understanding life from another perspective carries a great responsibility, for once you become aware of the emotions of another, you remain ever conscientious and are mindful not to cause them distress. Interesting. Empathy. Should we go to the oracles of shadows and light? The angels and ancestors have been wanting to speak, kind of like, let's have a look at the time, it's 15:33, and I felt like they wanted to get a message out, and then I've just been tapping into this energy a little bit, having a feel around. It's not feeling good, is it? Okay. It's like going through the keyhole. Took me to number 10. Anyway, Downing Street. And who lives in a house like this? Fairy of the Highlands. It's time to be brave. Card number 20. Judgment Day. That's the number of the Judgment card, and it was like it's Judgment Day. Now, this weekend, I feel a lot's being exposed. Being tickled by a hair. Hold on. Fairy of the Highlands. About the Fairy of the Highlands. The Fairy of the Highlands does not want to fight. She feels it is not in her nature. She wants to resolve disputes peacefully, but she will fight if it must come to that. And she is showing you now that you too have the means to stand up for yourself, even though you have almost chronically avoided conflict and allowed others to take advantage. It is time to take up this sword, step into that part of yourself that knows how to take a stand, speak the truth, and not back down when a threat of a conflict looms. It may seem unnatural and wrong and frightening, and this little fairy knows it. But it is time, and this giving up of what you have worked so hard for in order to avoid conflict or confrontation is no longer right. Take the stand and hold up the sword. The Fairy of the Highlands will be there with you, and when the threat is over, she will help you celebrate your victory. Okay, the Fairy of the Highlands speaks. See this, my sword of power. I have long feared to use it, but now I must grow strong and take it up as you must too. The thought of wielding it, of hurting anything or anyone, makes me sad, but I know what must be done. And I must learn to fight the good fight and stand up for what I believe in. Although I have been told I must not be aggressive, in fact I must now take up my arms against this trouble and finish it for good. I am going into a battle, and for that I feel sorrow, but I will be fearless and strong and do what needs to be done. I may bathe my sword in tears, but I will no longer hold it back when the threat that approaches relies on my fear for its victory. I will no longer give away my power so easily. This time, I will take back what is mine. Divination message. The time of truce is over. It is time to speak your truth and be strong. People have been taking over your ground, wanting what you have worked hard for, without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature, but enough is enough. Sad as it is time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken so much, and now you will go into battle. Yes, it is sad. Yes, the Highland Fairy is sad for you, but do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self-protection. Honour yourself, raise your sword, and do not back down. Let's find out a bit more about this. Okay, let's go to the angels and ancestors. Hi, Lily. I can see like a shadow the other side of the door. The Knight. Be brave and honest. Fairy of the Highlands, it's time to be brave, and we've got the Knight. Be brave and honest. Do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The Knight is a knight in shining armour, dedicated to the crown that his sword defends. In this sense, he is a protector of the Holy Grail and therefore of your spiritual growth and expansion. He represents the warrior in you. Whether you are male or female, that energy is within you. His sword and armour show he is courageous and strong, but if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. The extended message. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. You are protected. Okay. You have to... It's the act of integrity and honesty. You need to be brave. Okay, let's leave you with a Heal Yourself card. I've got the card. Say what you mean. Card number 18. Take some time to clarify what you need to communicate and to who and to whom. To whom. Honest communication begins with you. Take a moment to connect within and ask yourself, in what area of your life are you hiding? Low battery. 20%. Okay. Honest communication begins with you. Take a moment to connect within and ask yourself, in what area of your life are you hiding and denying how you feel? Does your relationship with your partner need revamping? Are there things that are not working? Who are the people in your life that you must be honest with? This is your opportunity to take back your power and share clearly, wisely, and honestly. There you go, sweetie. So, who are the people in your life that you must be honest with? This is your opportunity to take back your power and share clearly, wisely, and honestly what does and does not work for you. When you feel vulnerable, you can be easily swayed to say what you feel the other person wants to hear in order to keep the peace. The message of this card is that you need to say what you really mean, whether someone else likes it or not. Let's have a look at the action. Rub your hands together for about 30 to 40 seconds. Then imagine that you are holding a blue ball of energy in your hands. Reflect on the qualities of confidence, honesty, and clarity. Then place your hands just above your throat and breathe in the blue light. Imagine this light moving into your throat and helping you to access the right words that you need to say. Picture the person who you need to communicate with standing in front of you. Share what you feel and need to say to this person, realizing that their higher self is listening. When you have completed this action, write down what you feel you need to say to them. Then share your feelings in person if appropriate. Okay. Let's leave you with a postcard from Spirit. I've got goosebumps. I told you the angels and ancestors really are talking to you. They've got you. Allow them to protect you through this. You are pure. You are pure joy. You are pure joy. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath, slow down, and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. Love you. It's kind of like, don't get involved with the media talk say that something's like wrong if you yourself have committed a similar, if you want to call it, offence, because you don't want to offend anyone with the truth and see it from a different perspective. Non-judgmental. I love you all dearly. I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.